really what it comes down to. Just being able to have a level head and not let anything get to you too much. This sport is about 80% mental. So if you have one bad weekend and you let it get to you, it'll ruin you for the rest of the season. So I think just being able to come in fresh and just try to do the best that you can do. That's really all we can do. That's all we can do.
Last race today, tough weekend last weekend. Hopefully rebound. Had a great season, a lot of podiums. Got a win this year. Hoping to end it with a big bang.
So we had last night and tonight are the last two races of the season. Came into the weekend with in second place in points, which is very, very important weekend for us and obviously all of our sponsors and Polaris. We are here to win races.
First heat, got tangled up with another rider in the first turn. I was able to finish, but I was only able to salvage fifth.
Ended up first in the first heat race, and we were all glad and happy about that. And then we figured out that we forgot to go by the tech trailer. So yeah, we missed that one, so we got no points and we got DNF.
If you place in the top three, you have to stop at tech. If you don't, you get disqualified because they want to inspect the sled to make sure that you haven't cheated or whatever.
And I was running in second and trying to push for the lead, and when I did it, I jumped into, I was trying to jump through a corner, and then when I did it, I landed in a hole just right, and unfortunately that ended my race there, and kind of mangled the front end, bent the upper and lower A-arm and the tie rod on the right side, so broke a shock, and fortunately it wasn't worse.
For the Enzo Pro Riders as they charge up the hill towards this right-hander. Adam Peterson grabbing that stud boy hole shot.
Yeah, I had a decent start from the back row. I was out 7th, I think, down the hill. Did one lap, felt great, felt fast, did a bunch of passes. And I was gonna go for the pass for 5th down the hill when I got landed on. A guy landed with his track on my handlebar and right where my hand was. So I broke some bones in my knuckle up here. So I will need a surgery for that.
Had to start in the back row in the final, and was really just planning, take whatever I could get. I was able to line up on the inside, and the rider inside of me off the start let off, so I was able to be the first one in the back row to get to the inside and just try to sneak my way in.
We've got a side-by-side battle for the lead and a side-by-side battle for third.
Yeah, fortunately I came out up front. I don't know what place I was in, but I know I was near the front and made a couple passes at the beginning, and ended up finishing third, so I was pretty happy with that.
I brought Hunter on probably 5 years ago when one of my pro guys got injured, and I brought him on as a pro light. Fit in with the team real well, and could see, he had the right work ethic and the right just personality and attitude is part of our team, and that's what really attracted me. The natural skill comes with a lot of people, but he had the whole package. So I brought that on, and we've groomed him through the pro light into the pro, second full year in pro, and he's one of the top runners.
He's super hardworking, he's dedicated, he's all in. He's a phenomenal team player. There's no lie with him. He's all in, and he's really good attitude. Monday morning, he's there right with you digging, and we're fortunate that way.
He's the best guy I know. Definitely the hardest working. He's humble, passionate. He's quiet. He's very kind-hearted. He's I always think of him as the quiet worker. He kind of just works hard when nobody's watching. I think he makes people around him better just by being who he is.
It feels really good to be back on the podium. To be able to put on display what the guys work so hard for. They put countless hours into these sleds, and they're just constantly trying to make these things better. So to see the stuff that's been happening, can't really put anything on it. It's definitely not due to lack of effort. These guys, Elliot and Thorst, they put so much time and so much effort into making sure that our sleds are able to withstand the impacts that they take out there. So to see just that kind of crap luck that we've been having, that's really frustrating, because as a team we know that we have I think we have the strongest sleds. So hopefully we can just finish the season strong tomorrow, and have 3 solid finishes, and not just a strong final finish. So man, these guys work so hard. So I'm just happy to have these guys in my corner, and to be able to come back to the trailer and talk with them and try to figure out new ways to make the sled better.
They took great care of us at the mobile medical here, x-rayed it, told us we had to go to the hospital. So Moose and I went to the hospital then, and we were there till about 1:30 this morning. They have advised him not to race today. And Moose is saying that he is racing. They said he's an adult, he can make the decision. And so I had a meeting this morning with mobile medical, and there's some things that they can do to help put that together to try to get him through the day and salvage some points. It snapped right off at the knuckle. There's nothing holding it there, so it's just hanging there. We're gonna get it taped up and fixed the best that we can, and he's probably gonna run practice, and then we'll make a decision whether he's going to run tonight or not. If he can't be competitive, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put him out there, because the points race is so close. We still are in second by 7 points, but there's 45 points available today between the 2 rounds and the final. So we're going to do our best. We're going to see. Every time he'd land, he'd take his hand off the bars. He's basically just trying to get as many points as he can. It looks like we'll end up 5th, but if something crazy happened tonight, maybe we would make it to 4th. Right now, after round 1, we're still tied for 2nd. Next round, we'll lose that.
The hardest part is to get hand back to the bar before the next dump.
It was a nail biter on Saturday. Hunter went out and won both his heats, and we knew if he would finish 6th or better, he would clinch 2nd place, and the guy in 3rd place were to win. So that was what we were up against.
Teammates blast out with the advantage, but going into the corner, it is just wide open, and Francis Peltier pulls the whole shot.
Going into the final, I felt good. Had a good start.
Patenaude and Cam about to get it on here for the number 2 spot. Cam almost getting into Patenaude.
I think I was in 2nd, and then unfortunately I almost came off coming into a corner, and then I made a small mistake there, and then the tether got wrapped around my handlebars, so I had to kind of spend the whole downhill trying to unwrap it from my handlebars, so I wasn't able to jump anything, so I lost like 3 or 4 positions coming down the hill.
They told me that I could break more bones in my knuckle if I keep riding. So I was just trying to go smooth out there, just rolling around and hitting some smaller jumps and just to get some points, you know.
Big skidoo triple as Cam looks to carve to the inside initial. Almost getting into the side of Cody Cam. All this happening while Francis Peltier gaps out by 1.5 seconds. Star of the season finale is the number 220. Francis Peltier wins his 4th Amsoil Pro Final of the year.
I think he was nervous as heck. You know, he knew where he had to be to finish. You know, obviously the championship was out of reach because of injury, but he did a great job of keeping his composure during the heats and smoked everybody. Went out in the final. I think the nerves got to him a little bit. Still managed a top 5 finish and ended up where we needed to be.
Tried to run today. Couldn't do it. Could have possibly done it, but he could feel the bone moving around in there. And Mobile Medical said, man, we could be doing nerve damage. There's 2 nerves running up both sides of that thing, and if he shatters that bone, it's going to require, instead of just a pin, a bunch of screws and possibly reconstruction of that whole deal. So we decided that it wasn't worth taking the chance. He wasn't going to be able to ride at 100% anyhow. So we went and took starts to salvage as many points as we could.
You know, when you go out there and you have to grab the bar, like this finger doesn't work to grab with, so I have those 2 fingers to grab the bar with, and then this one on the brake. And it was so hard to like stay on the sled, and every time I landed, it's like, you know, I smashed the bar up here, and it punched it like right under the knuckle here, so it's a lot of pain.
It was a great season, and we see what we have, and we're one of the fastest teams out there. So went through a lot of adversity this year with some injuries and a couple of crashes that created mechanical challenges. But all in all, it was a great season, and we're right there in front as usual.
It's obviously we're disappointed. We came into the weekend, we had a nice lead over 3rd. We were in 2nd place, and we knew 1st place was going to have some trouble for us to catch him, but we really wanted to get that 2nd place. So with that, we are going to come back stronger than ever next year. We will be ready. The guys are going to train hard.
You know, to finish 2nd still is really good, and that's a huge accomplishment for us, especially second year pro. Dealt with a lot of adversity this year, so couldn't have been happier with you know, the relationship and the atmosphere that was in the trailer this year. With Logan coming on board, it was awesome, and I feel like we all grew really close together, and you know, friendships were made, not so much just work relationships. a lot of friendships were made, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys throughout the summer and throughout the off season, and then coming back stronger next year and being able to work on the things that we felt were weak points this year. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get the off season started and start working hard for next year.
I think I'm gonna train as much as I did last summer, maybe a little bit more, so I can give Ishul the fight he needs for that first pick in the end of the year. I think I'm the guy who will beat him next year. I have that feeling, so I'm gonna try to stay healthy the whole summer and train as much as I can, ride some dirt bike, and yeah, try to be as good as possible until next year.